Hello boys and girls. Today we're going to remember some of the rhymes we've done before. So I thought we might start with the old woman who lived in a shoe. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and whipped them all soundly and sent them to bed. By now you must be very familiar with Mary, Mary, quite contrary. So let's say it together. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row. Well, it's been lovely weather all week so far, so I thought we might say our weather rhyme. You can join in if you like. Weather the weather. Whether the weather be fine, whether the weather be not, whether the weather be cold, whether the weather be hot. We'll weather the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. So, let's move on now with today's story. It's about a little rabbit called Marmaduke. The title is Marmaduke and the Scary Story by Michael Ratnett and June Goulding. Marmaduke, Jessica and Harriet were all very excited. Grandma and Grandpa were coming to stay. "Stop fidgeting," said Dad. "Go and do something." "Yes," said Mum. "Why not paint them a picture as a surprise?" "Wow," said Marmaduke as the rabbits raced up to their room. "What a great idea! I'll paint them a wonderful picture." "And so will I," said Jessica. "Me too," said Harriet. Soon they were very busy. "No peeping," said Marmaduke. When they all came back down, they showed each other their pictures. Jessica had painted a picture of a butterfly. Harriet had painted a picture of a flower. And Marmaduke had painted a picture of a monster. "Oh, Marmaduke," said Mum, "why couldn't you paint something nice like the others?" "Pooh," said Marmaduke, "nice things are no fun. I like scary things." "Look what we've got for you," said the three small rabbits as soon as Grandma and Grandpa arrived. "Why, what lovely pictures," they said. "We can't think which one we like best." Then they all sat down to tea. Grandpa had 11 biscuits. "Doesn't Grandpa eat a lot?" whispered Jessica. "It's called being greedy," said Grandma. After tea, Jessica said, "Tell us a story, Grandpa." "Of course I will," he said, "but first I'll have one more biscuit." "Tell them the story now," said Grandma. "You've had enough biscuits for one day." "What sort of a story would you like?" said Grandpa. "A scary story," said Marmaduke. So they all huddled around and Grandpa told them a scary story about a monster with 3 legs, just like the one in Marmaduke's picture. "Time for bed," said Dad. And they were monsters all the way up the stairs. It was a dark and windy night. "What did you think of Grandpa's story?" said Jessica. "It was a very scary story," said Harriet. "Yes," said Marmaduke, "but I wasn't afraid. Were you?" "No," said Jessica. "Of course not," said Harriet. But they couldn't get to sleep. Suddenly Jessica said, "What's that noise?" "What noise?" said Harriet. the wind, said Marmaduke. Or a tree branch tapping, said Harriet. They listened again. It's not, said Jessica. It's coming from the stairs. What shall we do? Said Harriet. I'm scared. One of you must go and look, said Marmaduke. You go and look, said Jessica. You're the one who likes scary things. All right, said Marmaduke. We'll go together. Shivering from the tips of their ears to the ends of their toes, they climbed out of bed and crept towards the door. Marmaduke went in front, firmly grasping his cricket bat. When they were on the landing, they looked down. There, coming up the stairs, was a huge, shadowy figure. Thump, thump, click, it went. Thump, thump, click. It's the three-legged monster, they stammered. Marmaduke raised his bat way up high and hit the monster thwack on the head. Ow! Yelled Grandpa. Then the light came on. What is all this noise? Said Dad. Marmaduke hit me on the head, said Grandpa. We thought he was a monster, said Marmaduke. Well, he is sometimes, said Grandma, especially when he creeps about after biscuits. And they all laughed. Mum made everyone a mug of steaming cocoa and sent the 3 small rabbits back to bed. I think you were very brave, Marmaduke, said Jessica. I do too, said Harriet, even though Grandpa wasn't really a monster. But Marmaduke was busy. Roar! He screamed.